My life right now is split between two studios, a sewing studio and an art studio. They are located in different places. I sew in a shop. This allows me to do two things at once, sew and keep the shop open. I do my paintings at home, where I have a separate room for that. I also recently moved my computer there to work on illustrations. I have many roles right now, so I'm trying out different options. It would probably be most convenient to have everything in one place, both studios and the shop. But then I would need a larger space and I'd still have to separate the art studio because oil paint always threatens to stain something. There will be a tiny spot somewhere where you not notice it, and then that paint ends up everywhere. On the other hand, right now I like painting alone. I don't want just anyone from the street to be able to walk in on me. I need a sense of safety. I don't know what to consider the start of the week in my life. It's probably not Monday because Monday is set aside for working in the art studio, just like Saturday and Sunday. I open the shop on Tuesday. The week starts with the routine, cleaning, checking all the stock and actually sewing. I like being in the shop. It's nice to be in the center of the city. We live out of town among farms, so sometimes I want to feel the city with its noise and bustle. But sometimes it's too much. From previous videos, you know that I started sewing a collection inspired by an old vintage circus. I've already made a vest and a collar, and one vest is in progress. It would be good to continue it. I plan to make more things for this collection. There was a catch with this yellow vest. I just couldn't seem to choose a lining or lining. I even ran a poll on Instagram. Maybe some of you even voted. In the end, I decided to go with a red-violet fabric with thin stripes. It matches the color scheme for the whole piece, and I just really love stripes right now. It's very soft to the touch, and it will be very cozy. To make sure the lining lays flat and doesn't bunch up or pucker anywhere, you always need to cut it out separately using a paper pattern. For me, this is one of the most challenging parts. Everything has to match up perfectly, otherwise I'll have to redo the whole thing over and over again. It can completely kill my motivation. I hate redoing things, even though you can't have sewing without it. As with all my creations, this vest represents more than one day of manual labor. It featured a tricky task, a shape bottom edge. Usually, I hem the bottom at the very end of all the other seams are sewn. But here, I had to deal with it first. I had to redo it several times because there is a strict sewing sequence you have to follow with linings. Since the vest and the lining are stitched right sides together, you need to leave an opening to turn it inside out. At first, I left the opening in the wrong place, making it physically impossible to turn. In the end, I had to leave the armholes unstitched until the very last stage and pull the whole vest through them. After turning the vest right side out, I hand-stitched the remaining openings closed. I know there are faster ways to do it, but for me, it's a form of meditation. I love pouring my care and effort into every single stitch. Saturday begins with work in my art studio. Right now, I have a commission for an oil painting. Up to this point, I've been busy developing sketches and designing characters. There are more than 25 of them. First, you need to find the overall compositional solution in small pencil thumbnail sketches. This stage is crucial. It helps maintain the work's integrity when you transition to a large format. It's very easy to get bogged down in details and lose the overall structure of the painting. That's why it's important to shift from the particular to the general. Look at the work from a distance and check it against the original sketch. Finally, I'm moving onto the canvas. The painting is quite small, 100 by 60 centimeters. I bought a pre-stretched canvas, which is fine-grained pre-primed linen. Now it needs to be primed. Usually I apply 2 coats of primer. After that, you can transfer the drawing. There are many ways to do this. Some people draw it the same size as canvas and transfer it. Others draw grid lines. You can even use a projector, by the way. I don't mind that method at all. It really speeds up the process. After all, you're just transferring your own enlarged sketch, not tracing a human figure from a photograph. But I usually just freehand it with a brush. Sometimes I shift things around or redo them because the format and materials dictate their own rules. I loosely sketch the main directions and silhouettes with general lines, and then gradually add colors as I go. I can't work on the same thing for too long. My brain gets tired and I stop seeing the big picture. I can only paint for about 4 hours straight. After that, exhaustion kicks in and I have to switch to something else. On Sunday, we went out for a plein air session. I didn't like the first painting. It felt a bit dull. But that's because I don't practice at all. I need to go out for plein air sessions more often. I got a little frustrated, so for the second one I grabbed a palette knife instead of a brush. I like this one much better. The colors are cleaner, there is more freedom and I capture the tonality better. On the way home we decided to climb one of the hills, just because. And we found this. Immediately I wanted to stay and paint, but we decided to save it for the next time. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen on the island. So that's all for today. See you in the next video.